Good morning and good afternoon, depending upon where you are in the country. I'd like to welcome everyone to our monthly webinar. This one's title is Big Sky Community-Based CATCH Program. And my name is Peter Cribb and I'm the National Director for the CATCH Program with the Michael and Susan Dell Center for Healthy Living at the University of Texas School of Public Health and the Austin Regional Campus. We're very excited about today's webinar, but before we get started, I would just like to take care of a little housekeeping. First of all, our webinar today is being recorded and an archive will be made available on the catchusa.org website next week, along with a PDF of the presentation slides. During today's webinar, we encourage you to ask questions via the chat box, which you can access through the control panel at the top of your screen. You can type in your questions at any time, but to keep us on schedule, we'll try and hold off answering them until the Q&A portion at the end of the presentation. When typing your questions into the chat box, be sure to select the option to send your message to all attendees. Next, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the Michael and Susan Dell Center for Healthy Living. We are an international leader in conducting research and providing programs that promote healthy living for children, their families, and communities. Our work fosters improved health behaviours among youth, influences policy and environmental change to support healthy living, and advances professional education and community service. Our vision is healthy children in a healthy world. Now it really is my pleasure to introduce our special guest for today. And it is Miss Lisa Timms, and we are really in for a special treat. Lisa has over 15 years of experience in public health programs and community health promotion. She currently divides her work between the Missoula City-County Health Department, directing the Emergency Preparedness for community health programs, and between St. Patrick Hospital as the CATCH Liaison with public schools in and around Missoula. Under Lisa's leadership, a wide network of community members and health providers work collaboratively to support these successful programs. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Peter. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining today. I'd like to begin by telling you a little bit about Missoula, Montana. 110 residents live in Missoula County. Our community is urban, artistic, with a mix of hippies, college students, ranchers, and retirees. If you visit Missoula, you will find farmers markets, organic produce, which includes organic cotton candy, and year-round outdoor recreation activities. Missoula is kid-focused. In fact, Missoula was named the 2009 Playful City in Communities USA. Missoula prides itself on active lifestyles and healthy kids. Missoula County Public Schools District serves the majority of Missoula elementary, middle, and high school students. There are also several independent and private K-12 school districts in our area. Okay, I've been coordinating CATCH in Missoula and surrounding area for nearly 12 years. Missoula really liked CATCH mainly because it was evidence-based. In 2002, we piloted CATCH in 3rd and 4th grade classrooms. We found that not only students loved the program, but teachers loved it too. Based on knowledge-based pre and post tests, teachers and kids reported healthier behaviors as a result of CATCH. Today, CATCH has grown citywide, including many surrounding area schools. We are happy to be on the CATCH map. In 2002, the Missoula District 1 elementary schools piloted the CATCH program. The Missoula City-County Health Department received a 2-year CDC grant to focus on childhood obesity. We like the CATCH program because it is a proven program to eliminate childhood obesity. After our grant cycle ended, St. Patrick Hospital here in Missoula adopted the program in 2005 because our schools tried it and they liked it and they were requesting more of it. Most school districts adopt and support the program on their own, but in Western Montana, we have a unique structure. St. Patrick Hospital sponsors CATCH in schools and community sites through the funding of the curriculum materials and providing staff members to give an ongoing technical support and training. We have found with a community CATCH champion and ongoing support, CATCH can be a community-wide program. As you can see, it took us a few years to get where we want it to be, but we finally got there. Next, I'd like to share a video with you that includes local photos and what Missoulians think about CATCH. Okay, so you can see that Missoula CATCH has grown into a community-based program. And actually today, the CATCH program is now an active part of the academic and physical education PE curriculum in 16 elementary and 10 middle schools in Missoula County and surrounding area. This has been made possible by the collaborative work of the Missoula City-County Health Department, Missoula Schools, and the St. Patrick Hospital. Today, Missoula CATCH is considered a community-based program. CATCH can be found not only in the schools, but also at the local Children's Museum, the Missoula Food Bank, and recreation sites like the YMCA and Parks and Recreation. The community has embraced CATCH and schools value the program. We took the CATCH program and added more of the same thing with each of the listed extensions. So as you can see in the listed bold, CATCH Middle School Recess, Parks and Rec Summer Camps, CATCH Health Fair, CATCH Family Fun Nights, CATCH Food Services, Families First, Children's Museums, Missoula Food Bank, and Farm to School. I'm going to walk you through, we're going to touch base on each one of those CATCH extensions. So looking at the CATCH Middle School Recess, a 2007 report on physical activity of Missoula County youth demonstrated that kids' activity levels dropped during middle school. Only 12% of Missoula middle school students were meeting fitness guidelines and accomplishing just 7 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity during recess. Missoula schools requested CATCH recess. In response, the Missoula CATCH program developed an active recess program specifically for middle school youth. Our goal was to increase time students spent in moderate to vigorous physical activity. We want to provide a fun, age-appropriate activities, teaching new physical activity skills. We wanted to meet the needs of all kids, provide free play as well as organized. We wanted to increase time spent during moderate to vigorous activity and reduction of bad behavior. For 3 years, CATCH traveled to middle schools on every Friday to get kids moving during lunch recess. At times, we found 100% of the kids were moving. Recess aides reported little to no disciplinary actions during CATCH days. Schools and kids both liked the program. We got more and more requests but found that the schools needed to adopt a recess program of their own to make it sustainable. Currently, our goal is to develop a sustainable active recess program and implement it in all CATCH middle schools to close this inactive gap. So CATCH Middle School Recess, I just want to share some snapshots of what CATCH Recess looks like. And if we can go back a couple slides to where we have the, yep, right there, perfect. Here are some snapshots of what CATCH Recess looks like. We found CATCH physical activities increased time spent during moderate to vigorous activity. Time spent waiting for a turn is minimized, and games in which students are eliminated and, and games in which students are eliminated and are then inactive or not used. To follow these guidelines, games such as kickball were adapted so more students would be active at once. Activities are also designed to be non-competitive and to increase participation from the greatest proportion of students. Following this program design, we help meet the goal of increasing time students spent in moderate to vigorous activity. This particular day, we had over 300 kids moving at once. Okay, so the next slide demonstrates that there's that our staff, we quickly learned that recess continued in near below zero weather here in Montana. We joined kids in snow and rain. We added some snow-filled lessons to our CATCH plan, such as sled racing and CATCH snowman. We would have snowmen building contests. We brought tubs of produce and we decorated the snowmen. Kids had fun, they got exercise, and they learned about Go Foods while building a snowman. Our next goal is to provide a CATCH can for every middle school. Our hope is for each school, a CATCH can will be stocked with a wide range of individual and group sports equipment so that all students can be actively engaged. To ensure that each school can maintain the program after initial training, we have enlisted the help of our local nursing students from the Montana State University to adapt the CATCH physical activities into recess lesson plans. These plans lay out multiple options for individual and group activities for the abbreviated recess time period, and we will be part of the CATCH recess, and it will be part of the CATCH recess coordinator book. We also would like to include some local heroes, local athletes and sports heroes who have volunteered to share personal stories and engage with the students about the benefits of life physical wellness. At the beginning of the school year, students' focus groups will be conducted to collect information on preferred activity recess activities, and we plan to build our program around that. Okay, next I'd like to touch base on what we do at our local Parks and Rec Summer Camps program. During the summer, Missoula Parks and Rec camps receive weekly CATCH lessons all summer long. Each camp visit by CATCH staff includes both a nutrition and PE activity. All camp leaders receive CATCH booster training by myself. They have CATCH Kids materials and a CATCH packet that demonstrated Missoula's favorite CATCH lessons. We created a summer CATCH lesson packet based on the top surveyed CATCH Kids Club nutrition and activity lessons. Kids and staff voted and they received their favorite lessons all in one packet. One of our favorite lessons is using donated near expired local produce to create artwork. These lessons teach kids about local organic produce in an artistic way. So these pictures here demonstrate kids taking local produce and they dip it in paint and they create artwork. And we talk about the different foods that are grown in Montana, and so they get to actually play with their food and have a fun time while doing it as well. Okay, so the next photos show kids also loved the vegetable and fruit self-portraits. Kids create themselves using produce and toothpicks. When done, they get to eat their creations using fun and healthy dips. This lesson helps kids try new foods after playing with food and art. We always do fun activities. Following a nutrition activity, we do the typical CATCH warm-up, the CATCH game, and the cool down. Okay, every year, St. Patrick Hospital hosts a CATCH Health Fair for 3rd and 4th graders. We have over 600 visitors. This year was our 9th year in a row. 3rd and 4th graders from schools around the area actively participate in a fun-filled day of health-related educational stations at the Conference Center at St. Patrick Hospital. The free CATCH Health Fair gives children a hands-on group learning session that takes students from station to station to practice and learn healthy lifestyles. There is limited space. 25 classes is our max. We are full every year and sometimes have to turn classes away. Schools love the health fair and many try to replicate it for their entire school campus. And these pictures here demonstrate kids coming and going on the buses and then what it looks like inside. It's definitely a fun-filled day with balloons And there's stations, and it's all timed, and every 11 minutes kids do alternate to the next booth. Healthcare kids receive a presentation, and every 11 minutes they alternate, and there are 4 lessons, are CATCH lessons, along with helmet and germ prevention. And with the farm to school lesson, we try to alternate something different every year. It's really our Eat Smart booth. So we bring in local dietitians sometimes to talk about beverages, and we can call those WOA beverages, GO beverages, and they look at the sugar content. Also, we bring in local dietitians from the hospital to bring in some food sampling. This year, we did bring in the Farm to School in Missoula County Public Services, and they were sampling some of the organic produce that they want to put in the cafeterias. Okay, here's some pictures that demonstrate what the CATCH Health Fair is all about. In the upper left corner, you can see the germ safety booth. Outside, we have Hearty Heart exercising and playing with the kids. We have our local Parks and Rec staff host that booth and do CATCH activities. In the center, we have a Heart Health. We talk about GO foods and GO physical activity and how it's good for your heart. Here's some of our volunteers that helped us on the first day this year. And then again, on the bottom right hand, you can see it's a lot of fun, a lot of activities. We greet every class that comes and also send them off. We have music playing and Hearty Heart giving high fives to every single child. Okay, next, kids taste it and they liked some Kale Chips, as you can see in the upper left corner. Kale Chips is very, very popular here in Missoula. The Missoula County Public Schools and the Montana Food Corps program have been giving these samples out in all the schools, and the kids really, really like it. And we grow kale here in Montana, and so it's a very popular food. We also that day gave out samples of lentil salad. Carrots, red pepper, and apples were inside the lentil salad. Biscuits that were made of whole wheat flour, fruits, and honey. Kids really, really like these foods, and we got a lot of requests from parents to get the recipes. So it's a good thing because we have found that already there's families that are making these foods at home. And also, if you look down on the bottom left corner, we actually use one of the lessons from the CATCH tobacco curriculum. The kids do some rapping, and they learn some skills on how to say no to tobacco. We also bring in some pig lungs. We have a healthy lung, and then we also show them an unhealthy lung that's been exposed to tobacco. It's a very popular booth. And helmet safety, we bring in St. Patrick Hospital Trauma Services. They do a demonstration with eggs, and this is a young girl here that is opening up. It's supposed to simulate a helmet, and there's an egg in there. And then they also drop an egg that's just in a plastic bag, and it busts, just to demonstrate wearing a helmet and how to properly wear that helmet. Okay, Missoula County Public School Food Services, they care about what kids are eating, and they care about letting parents and kids know what's on their trays. Missoula CATCH nutritionally analyzed lunch foods as GO, slow, or WOA based on saturated fat, sugar, and sodium. We actually recruited a local dietitian who did this for the school system. It was a great education component for the parents. Parents in Missoula believed that Missoula County Public Schools had the worst lunch, that they were serving horrible foods to their kids. And even the Missoula County Public Schools, they weren't even sure how well they were doing. And so they actually were very brave, and they opened up all their recipe books to us. Studies found that they were doing a great job. We've only found 2 woe foods on their entire menu. And what we did is we analyzed all the foods as go, slow, and woe, and then we gave them ideas if they could move that food from a woe to a slow, and how to move those foods from a slow to a go. And they worked with us in every angle that they could take to improve a food and our recipe and make it healthier. They did so. So an example of what they did is they were serving cinnamon rolls in the morning for breakfast. So we suggested if they took off the sugar topping, that they could move that from a slow to a go food. All desserts served at Missoula County Public Schools are made with whole grain and they're low sodium. So they're a healthy base, and so they just went back to keeping it as that healthy base. So they did move the food, their cinnamon rolls, to a go. So now they do serve go cinnamon rolls in the morning. We've had some backlash from parents once they learned that there were chicken nuggets, hot dogs, corn dogs that were not woe foods, that in fact they were a healthier slow food. They were upset about that. They wanted to know why. So we were able to educate parents, let them know that chicken nuggets had a whole grain crust and they were baked and it was a low-fat chicken. We have low-fat turkey dogs that are served on whole grain buns. And so this was a learning curve for all of us, but not only that, is we took all this information and then we posted it in every cafeteria every single day, as you can see in the picture. Cafeteria staff write down the foods that are being served, and then they put the magnets next to as go or slow or woe. And what we found is kids read this board. And one cafeteria reported that they forgot to write down the food served and to mark the foods. And the kids refused to eat to pick out their foods. They waited for them to write down what was being served for the day and what those foods are going to be tagged as. We found that kids, while they're eating, they can count out, they compete on who has the most go foods, and they can easily count all the go, slow, and woe foods on their plates. Very successful program here in Missoula. Okay, so CATCH has a wonderful partnership with Missoula County Public Schools Food Services and also the Montana Food Corps program. The Farm to Cafeteria Network is composed of food service professionals, farmers and ranchers, and leaders in Montana's local food movement who are working together to create and grow farm to cafeteria programs in Montana. The Food Corps program and Missoula County Public School Food Services partnered to bring local homegrown foods into the cafeterias. Missoula kids are learning about gardening at school and trying new organic foods that are healthy for you. Lentils, tofu, and whole grains are being added to marinadas, meats, desserts, and sauces. Kids vote for their favorite foods. And if they don't like it, the staff go back to the kitchen and they rework the recipe and they keep trying until the kids like it. CATCH will soon be adding some signs to all the new foods served to kids to get the go food message. And so what we're finding, as since kids are learning about go, slow, and woe foods in the classroom, they're seeing the list in the cafeteria. And when we have a new food, and what you're looking at right now, the tray to the left here is it's a Montana Day food. So it's Montana lentils, whole grain Montana wheat in the cookie, and then we have lentils mixed in with the chili meat mixture. And so what we plan to do is create a sign. So if we're going to kick out the lentils, we would put a sign that says this is a go food, and then to try it, like it can make you strong, it has protein. So we're gonna connect a message with all the new local organic foods that kids are trying. And then also to the right is a closer look of what kids sampled at the CATCH Health Fair. And then also these are cookies, but we call them biscuits, and they are made with no sugar, honey, and fruit, and whole grain flour. Okay, St. Patrick Hospital co-sponsored a CATCH exhibit at our local children's museum. The Go Grow grocery store displays CATCH posters and provides monthly CATCH lessons during the school year. Okay, and here's some demonstrations of some of the lessons at the Children's Museum. We usually just set up a big table. We invite all the kids and parents to sit down with us, and we teach a lesson right there in the middle of the museum. And this is another food art project that we do with the kids. Very successful and fun, and we have ages probably preschool all the way through 2nd grade that attend these. Okay, the Missoula Food Bank created a space for kids to play, and it was important to them to have a learning area. We complemented their grocery store with CATCH messaging and interview table with CATCH lessons, like CATCH character pictures to color, word puzzles, and stories for kids K through 5. They wanted a place for kids to go to and learn, especially when the parents are sitting at the table and they're doing paperwork. Kids could actually sit next to their parents and actually do some CATCH lessons and learn about go slow and low foods while they're there at the market. So CATCH is pretty much everywhere here in Missoula. Schools and most community health-focused events. Now that Missoulians are familiar with CATCH language, we teach families how to build a healthy go meal. Description of hot dogs, showing them how to build a meal, like if a family comes out in the health fair, and of course there are a lot of kids and families are drawn to WOW foods like we all are. We teach them how to take that WOW food and make it a go food. Like the kids see the ice cream on the WOW foods and they get excited. They're like, I love ice cream. So then we talk about a healthier version to do, like a frozen yogurt, and or if they we talk about how to make a healthy egg into a healthier egg, how to cook with olive oil versus butter. So we educate the entire family unit during these health fairs, and we use these food models because, of course, children are drawn to it, but it's really sends a good message, and it's easy to educate with these food models along with the posters. We always try to couple at the health fairs the nutrition component as well as the physical activity. We love these dice. They're good for all ages. Kids love to roll them. Easy to do. So families come, they visit us, they do some physical activity. Kids get stickers, CATCH stickers for participating. Sometimes we'll ask them some nutrition-based questions. But that's kind of what we've been doing at most of the health fairs here in Missoula. Okay, so, excuse me. Okay, I'd like to put a plug in for my national CATCH friends. Over the years, their guidance has helped develop all of our CATCH extensions. Their trainings have been very useful for our community. They have given me the support needed in order for me to do my job. With that, Missoula creates a local newsletter that helps link the national and local schools. schools and other nationwide communities learn about local CATCH happenings, wellness tips, healthy classroom tips, grants, and statewide wellness trainings and webinars. Okay, I'd like to say thanks so much for listening to the Big Sky Community-Based CATCH program. I'd like to leave you with a final message that we all need to do our part. Coordination and patience is what took to build Big Sky CATCH, and I wish you good luck with your CATCH programs.
Thanks, Lisa, very much. We're just checking some questions in the chat box, and if anybody else has a question, please feel free to type it in. I've got a couple to ask you, if you don't mind, Lisa, if you've got a couple more minutes.
Sure.
Yeah, one thing, I remember you hosted a lovely visit when I came up to do some training, and you garnered the support of the mayor to come to training. His Hawaiian shirts are better than mine. Could you tell me how you went about garnering his support?
Well, in Missoula, because it is a very health-focused community, there's events where the mayor does come and support, but I did meet him at a local Parks and Rec event, and I put a plug in for CATCH, let him know what we were doing here on a local level, and just asked for his support, that we were having a training here, that Missoula was hosting a training, and we're going to have friends from all over the nation, and by his support, by showing up, it really sends a clear message, not only locally, but just to nationally, what Missoula County is all about.
Great, and I know, Lisa, working in schools is always a challenge, and you know, superintendents and principals are charged with academic performance. Talking about garnering support, how are you able to garner the support of the principals, particularly with the middle schools, and making time available for recess?
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, it takes a little bit. We found that it does take groundwork to get started. By just, if you can just get into a middle school to sit down with the principal, and we took the approach of, this is what CATCH is all about. How can we support you? And so we listened to their needs and what they wanted, and then we developed a program around their needs using the CATCH philosophy. And it was very important for them to be involved as much as possible, offering support, allowing their kids to be surveyed, just to make sure we develop a program directly for their needs. And we also found that to start small worked best for us. Like, instead of having a goal of going to all the middle schools the first year, we really just wanted to kind of test it out at one middle school, make sure that worked, and then we slowly expanded it to other middle schools.
Excellent. So to say, take one step at a time. Don't bite off too much in the beginning.
Yes,
Lisa, you've done a lot of the health fairs and so on. How have the parents responded? I know you had an issue about the chicken nuggets at one stage, but how have the parents responded to the messaging?
Well, the parents, they like it actually. It's a simple, it's a clear message. The parents are getting it, and you know, 10 years ago in Missoula, people didn't know the Go Slow and Roll language. Now it's a pretty common language throughout our community. When I set up a booth at a health fair, and we do have a lot of health-focused health fairs throughout Missoula County throughout the school year, but it is funny, parents walk right up to our booth and they're like, oh, and they get the message. They're like, oh, this is what my kids are talking about in the school. And we know this, and they can tell you what they know because they learned for their kids. And so it's all interconnected here in Missoula, and parents like the message. It is simple and clear, as I mentioned, and it works for all ages.
Right, and connecting that back to the cafeteria and child nutrition services, how were you able to work so successfully with the school's child nutrition service departments?
With the Missoula County Public School Food Services Department? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, within the schools and working on menus and labeling. the Go Slow Water?
Well, I've had a long history with working with Missoula County Public School Food Services, and I have to say 12 years ago, it was different then, and we've made a lot of progress over the year. And Missoula County Public School Food Services have moved from 12 years ago when I sat down with them, they said, she looked at me and she said, I'm not changing anything. I'm keeping the chicken nuggets. I'm keeping what brings food in, or what brings money into our school. And over the years, there's been different positions and growth, but it's been like, for me, it's been for them to have a constant person visiting them. And again, letting them know that I'm not there to police what they're doing. I'm there to offer support and to help them. And I know that with they've been making healthier changes every year, and my main role was to say, how can I help you message the good things you are doing? And that's how we started, is, you know what, let's just look at the good things that you are doing, and let's share that with the parents. Because in Missoula County, because we do live or we have a very health-focused community that are into their own gardening and organic, parents really they push for local grown produce, and they always felt that the food services weren't doing their best. But in fact, they were doing a good job, but I was there to help get the message out of the good things that they are doing. And that's kind of how it started. We started getting messaging out to the parents and letting them know the good things. And the shift changed then, whereas food services wanted to do even more to please the parents.
Right, Lisa, is the food service, I know some school districts around the country, they subcontract out to companies to provide those services, and others do it internally. How does it work in Missoula?
Well, we do get a lot of foods that are brought to our central kitchen. We have one central kitchen that they compile all the food in one area, and then they ship it to all the individual schools. And there are some barriers to what foods they are receiving, like such as the mac and cheese is considered a low food because of the type of cheese that they get. So at this point, we couldn't move the macaroni and cheese to a slow, because that's the type of cheese that they were receiving that they had to use. And so now we're trying to give them some ideas on how to maybe mix some cheeses and test that out. But definitely there's barriers to what sorts of foods are coming into our school district. But what we're doing is just trying to see how we can enhance what we already get.
Right, so the district's in control of that. It's not so much, you know, a food service company that would come in and provide that service to the district.
Right, they are in control. Yes, correct.
Okay, good. Yeah, because everybody's got a little different thing to work with there. I'm really interested, you know, why would other hospitals want to do what you're doing, just from your perspective?
Well, because clearly we're fighting a childhood obesity epidemic, and we found that in Missoula, it's the mission of our hospital. We want folks to be healthy, and it's about preventative. It's a different angle, because most hospitals, you know, are about the treatment component, but we wanted to do something to prevent. And CATCH just seems to fit with the mission here at St. Patrick Hospital on providing an evidence-based program that is preventative and kid-based. It just worked with us, and I think any hospital would benefit for this program in their community.
Well, thank you so much, Lisa. We're out of time now, but as usual, every time I hear you speak, I learn something new about helping to support and create a healthy environment within the communities, and thank you for all you are doing to support that very mission. As I said to everyone at the beginning, you're in for quite a treat, and this is very special what's happening in Missoula, Montana. And thank you so much again, Lisa, for your time today and everything that you're doing.
Yes, and thank you for listening. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Just as a heads up for our next webinar, Catch What's Happening in Oklahoma's Catch Kids Club program, Erica Williams will be joining us, and she's the Catch coordinator for the Oklahoma State Department of Health. Erica oversees a diverse network of health educators, community partners, and schools that work to improve the health status of children across Oklahoma. Erica will be discussing how the Catch Kids Club, which is the after-school program, has progressed in Oklahoma, utilising successful partnerships and techniques to reinforce healthy behaviours. Thanks so much for everybody participating and joining in today. And don't forget that Lisa's presentation will be archived and the PowerPoint presentation on catchusa.org. Everybody have a safe and happy day. Thank you.